Hey, what's good, fellas? I don't know if I ever told y'all this, but happy 2024. You guys made it another year. I know 2023, it's been a lot for a lot of people, especially myself, but we made it. In this video, I have 10 fragrances that I've all bought this year that I consider to be all gems. Some of these are Middle Eastern clones. Some of these are original fragrances that you can find at your rack store. Some of these are just good designer fragrances, et cetera, et cetera. So since I got 10, I am going to go over the notes in these. So I'm gonna try to keep it as brief as possible. So let's get started. So you know how I always say, roll that beautiful bean footage. Okay, so in no particular order, first one's first. This one I did get from, I think Marshall's. My Marshall's has been terrible. Actually, my Marshall's, Ross, TJ Maxx, and Burlington has been equally terrible. You guys are finding all these milestone fragrances, the clones of Silver Mountain Water, Creed Aventus. You're finding that Oud and Leather, Together with You by Murata. I cannot find any of those things. So it has been really tough. But first things first, this one is a nice amber woody fragrance. As you can notice, a lot of these fragrances are going to have some amber and woody notes because I love the note of amber. But this one is from Joseph Abboud. It is Bespoke. Okay, so this one has notes of amber, vanilla, smoke woods, and musk. It is a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. I am going to spray these on testers because I got a lot of fragrances. I'm not going to spray them in the air or spray them onto my skin because that would just be a clash. Decent atomizer. Doesn't spray far, but it does spray wide. Not really the best in longevity or projection, but it does smell really good. That amber does make it pretty sweet, and that vanilla. It is a woody fragrance, so don't expect that amber and vanilla to really last throughout the fragrance, but it is really woody. If you can find it for a good price, roughly no more than $20 at your local rack stores, I would say pick it up, but don't pay no more than $40. If you want a good winter-based fragrance that will smell good, may get you compliments. I highly doubt it, but it'll work. And that's from the house of Joseph Abboud, Bespoke. Okay, so next one's next. We're gonna go to the house of Guess. This is a fragrance I have been on the lookout for a while. Could never find it, but as of today of the recording of this video, I was able to find this one at Marshall's as well. And this one is from the house of Guess. It is Guess Umo. So this one right here is a good one because we are transitioning into the spring. So I would say this is a good fragrance that you can wear in the spring. A lot of people compare this one to Invictus. Some people compare this one to the original Bad Boy by Carolina Herrera. I think it kind of does its own thing in a sense. Pretty decent atomizer. Doesn't spray wide, but it does spray far out. Definitely a light scent. It does have some amber in it as well. Like I said, I'm loving that amber. So this one right here, it has some cardamom, lavender, grapefruit, sage, saffron, geranium, amber, dark woodsy notes, and benzoin. So it's a little bit, I would say, sweet from that amber, and kind of floral from the lavender and things like that. And then a little bit fruity because it does have grapefruit, little spicy a little bit, but at the same time, I would say it's a little bit aromatic as well. But it is a really good scent that I would say for the springtime, maybe the summer, but I wouldn't wear it during the colder weather because it's not that type of scent. A lot of people say they do not get good performance with this one, just like Bespoke. I would say for me, it's average performance since I've been wearing it today and testing it out. But I wouldn't go overboard and say that it's a beast mode or anything like that. Like I say, this is another scent that if you can find it for about 20 bucks at your local rack stores, I would say pick it up. This is the 1.7 ounce, and I did get this one for about $24. So this is from the House of Guest. It is Guest Humo. Okay, so the next one is a widely popular clone fragrance, but it's from a house that you would think is more of a designer realm, but they do kind of only make clones, or they make clones with a little twist. And for this one, this is a clone of Bleu de Chanel, and they did a really good job with this one, Eau de Parfum Concentration. This one is Missoni Parfum Pour Homme. I know some people mistaken this for Missoni Wave. It comes in the same bottle, except Missoni Wave is blue. So, but yeah, this is that clone of Bleu de Chanel. And if I'm not mistaken, this is just a clone of the original Bleu de Chanel. But you can't go wrong with any Bleu de Chanel. So, beautiful pressurized atomizer. Oh yeah, this is amazing. This has top notes of grapefruit, lemon, and lavender. Middle notes of ginger, apple, and jasmine. And then it sits on base notes of birch, oak, musk, sandalwood, and patchouli. Basically, right off the back, you are going to get that grapefruit note and a little bit of that lavender. I guess the grapefruit kind of blends in with that lemon, so I kind of just put that all in as one. And then when it kind of dries down, you are going to get some of that ginger, not really the apple or jasmine, and you're going to get some of those woody notes as far as the oak and sandalwood, and then it's a little bit earthy from the patchouli. But it does remind you of Bleu de Chanel. What I say it's a 1-to-1 clone. I wouldn't say exactly it's a 1-to-1 clone, but I would say it's probably about 85% accurate as far as duping it. And if you can get this one for a good price, I did get this one in a gift set at Marshall's. I think I might have paid about $30 for it. Somebody took it back. I guess they didn't like it. The box was beat up. I didn't care because the juice and the shower gel was still in there and still intact. And I love it. So, and I know a lot of other people in the fragrance community also love this fragrance. So without further ado, this is from the house of Missoni. It is Missoni Parfum Pour Homme. And no, it's not a parfum concentration. It is an eau de parfum. So don't let the name fool you. Okay, so next one is one that I also just got today. This one is from a house that people don't really think about men's fragrances when they think about this house, but I have gotten two. One of them was Coffee and Whiskey, and this one right here is also just as good. This is from the house of Bath and Body Works. It is called After Dark. See if I can get it to focus. There we go. And this one also, of course, has amber in it. This one is really sweet from the amber. It is also has tonka bean, and it has bergamot. That's all the listed notes, but I think it might have a little bit more to it because it does smell amazing. It does have some good depth to it. Like I said, with all Banana Republic fragrances, not Banana Republic, I'm sorry, Bath and Body Works fragrances, I do say buy everything that they make. So I was able to get, because they have a 50% off sale on all body care products. So I was able to get the cologne, as well as I was able to get the lotion and the body spray. So I would recommend doing that, because then it will last longer, it'll project more, and it'll have a good sillage. So I definitely recommend this fragrance. Those two, After Dark and Coffee and Whiskey, I would say, are two of my favorites. I do recommend some other ones, like there is my all-time favorite used to be Mahogany Teak Wood, but I'm just smelling so many good Banana Republic. I keep saying Banana Republic. Wow, Bath and Body Works fragrances that it's just I don't know. I mean, I'm still a Teakwood fan, but at the same time, I know they do have a candle for, it's a oud fragrance. I do have the candle. It's, I think it's dark amber and oud. And I love that candle, but I wish they would start making some fragrance in. I know they have a body mist that they don't sell in the stores anymore, but I think that's about it. But I do wish that they would actually make some fragrances in that, like the cologne and things like that. And that would be amazing. So let's give this one a spray. Decent atomizer, of course. Oh my goodness, this is amazing. Good for the wintertime. Like I said, sweet from that amber and tonka bean, and then just a little bit fruity from that bergamot. But without further ado, this is After Dark from the House of Bath and Body Works. Okay, so now we're going to get into the Middle Eastern fragrances. So I'm going to go through each of the Middle Eastern fragrances. And the first one, I'm not sure if it's a clone, but it does smell good. This is another good one that you can wear during the spring, and I would say probably during the summertime as well. And this one I also got from my local rack store. I got this one. I think I actually got this one from... Yeah, I think I got this one from Marshall's as well. I did get this one from Marshall's. I do remember because I seen another guy smelling it and he passed on it. And I said I can't pass on it because I did buy their clone of DHI, which is their own Intense. And that was Privé's Illusion Intense. And this is the other one. If you know, you know. Ethos Man. So this one per se, I would definitely prefer Illusion Intense, but this one is still nice as well. A lot of people say they've been getting the Eau de Toilette version of Ethos Man, but when I looked at the bottom of mine, it did say Eau de Parfum. Pretty decent atomizer on this one as well. It opens up with some geranium, juniper berries, and lemons. Heart notes are aniseed, cedar leaf, lavender, patchouli, and white cedar. And then base notes, amber, musk, and oak moss. You see the theme. And this one opens up, to be honest, the main thing that you really smell is that lemon. You're getting a little bit of the hard notes of like maybe the lavender and the patchouli because it does smell a little earthy. And on the dry down, I wouldn't say it's too sweet from the amber because it does have that musk and oak moss, which kind of dies down on that sweetness. But at the same time, this is a really good scent that, again, if you see it in your rack stores for $15 to $20, I would say snatch it up, but don't pay no more than that. It's really good. And like I said, from the House of Privé, it is Ethos Man. Okay. And yeah, you hear my refrigerator making water. Wants to make water at the worst possible time. But that's neither here nor there. All right, next one. I always brag about this store, and that's in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, on Corsi Boulevard. That is my friends over there at Royal Perfume House that sells all your Middle Eastern fragrances. This one right here is a clone of Versace this is a clone of Versace Pour Homme Oud Noir. And this is Victory Oud Noir Pour Homme, or for men. This one opens up with black pepper, bitter orange, and neroli. The mid notes are saffron, cardamom, and olivium. And then the base notes is agarwood, which is better known as oud, patchouli, and leather wood. So let me get a couple of sprays of this. Decent atomizer on this one as well. As you can tell, all these have decent atomizers. I mean, this is a really good fragrance, but it's not going to be really heavy on the oud. It's kind of like a oud wood type fragrance. A lot of people do say that Versace Pour Homme Oud Noir does kind of remind you of oud wood a little bit, but I think oud wood is a little bit better because it's more well balanced. This one here kind of comes off a little animalic. It's not really my favorite, but at the same time, it does give you that DNA of Oud Noir. So I do wear it because I do like it, but it's not my favorite when it comes down to that scent DNA. But at the same time, I would say that if you can find it at a decent price, I think I might have paid $35 for this clone. You're not going to pay $35 for Oud Noir. It's going to be still cheap, but a little bit more expensive, probably in the $40, $50 range. But this is from the House of Fragrance Couture. This is Victory Oud Noir for men. Okay, so the next one that I'm going to go through is a really good clone of Maison Francis Kurkdjian Baccarat Rouge 540, but it's a clone of the X-Straight. So I know a lot of people are thinking, oh man, another Baccarat Rouge 540 clone, but it's a clone of the X-Straight, so it makes it a little bit different. So this one is from the House of Milestone, which again, you can get from your local rack stores, such as TJ Maxx, Marshalls, and now you can even get some Milestone fragrances from Burlington, which I haven't seen any because my Burlington is horrible. But this one is Bogart Rouge 560. And like I said, this is a clone of the X-Straight. This is a Eau de Parfum concentration, even though it is a clone of the X-Straight. But this one has notes of powdered Moroccan, bitter almonds, and a hint of fire to the palate is what it says online. But it does have musk and woody notes in there, so it kind of makes it a little bit manly. But I would say that this one is more feminine than the original Baccarat Rouge 540. But overall, still a good fragrance. I really do like it. I do have Milestone's Better Rouge, which is a clone of the original Baccarat Rouge 540, and I do prefer that one because it's not as sweet as this one. But at the same time, this one is a really good projector, really good performer. So I had to get it. Oh my goodness, this may be one of the scents I wear with my wife this weekend because we have 2 Valentine's Day events to go to. This may be one of the scents that I wear because it is amazing. Oh my goodness. Like I said, sweeter than the original, but at the same time, still a perfect scent to wear on date night, dress it up. I wouldn't say dress it down, but at the same time, you could just rock this one and you will be the center of attention, even though it is Baccarat Rouge 540. But that's from the House of Milestone. It is Bogart Rouge 560. Okay, next one is a scent that it just costs a lot, just like Baccarat Rouge 540 costs a lot. This one costs a lot, but this one is actually from the House of Milestone as well. And definitely you're not going to be able to find this one in stores. So I would say just get it online for you, 20 bucks plus, tax and shipping. So you might pay about $26, $27. But this is a clone of Memo Paris's African Leather. This is from the House of Milestone. This is Victory of Paradise African Safari. One of the Milestone fragrances you probably never even knew existed. So yeah, this one actually is a great, great, great interpretation of African leather. I haven't put my nose on African leather, but if African leather smells anything like this, then that's a beast mode of a fragrance. This has cardamom, leather, cumin. Middle notes is saffron, vetiver, patchouli, and then bottom notes is oud or agarwood, bergamot, and musk. When you first spray this scent, and let me actually spray it on paper first. But when you first spray this scent, and then you see that beautiful pressurized atomizer, that Milestone never disappoints. You are going to get hit with that cardamom and that leather. So it's a little bit spicy. And then it's going to get hit with that leather note. And as it dries down, you're going to get some of that earthiness with the patchouli. Of course, you're going to get that agarwood or that oud. And then it's going to be a little musky. I don't get any of the bergamot, so I don't get any citrusy or fruity notes or anything like that. But this is an amazing fragrance. Like I said, get it online for about 20 bucks. Yeah, you're going to pay tax and shipping and handling. But at the same time, this is a beautiful fragrance from the House of Milestone, Victory of Paradise, African Safari. Okay, last but not least, this right here is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful interpretation. And when I already say it, the interpretation, what it is, you're going to already know. It's a beautiful interpretation of the Dior Sauvage Elixir. And that's, of course, from the House of Latava. It is Assad. This is amazing. I don't even know if I should even go any further with that one. But at the same time, I love it. It opens up with black pepper, tobacco, pineapple. The mid notes is patchouli, coffee, and iris. And then the base notes is vanilla. You know it, amber, dry woods, benzoin, and labdanum. So this one right here, I'm not even going to spray it on a test strip. It's beautiful. This is another one you could wear for date night. I know a lot of people say the other Sauvages are really generic, really basic at this point. It's a basic bro fragrance. The eau de toilette, parfum, eau de parfum, all that type of stuff. But when you get the elixir, it just ventures, and even Assad even ventures off from the elixir because it has coffee, iris, things like that, that just makes it stand out. And this is a beautiful fragrance. You can get this online for the sub $30 range. It is just amazing. I love it. And I just have nothing better to say about it because it is a great fragrance, and that is from the house of Lattafa. It is Assad. And look at that presentation. Beautiful. Some people say they don't like the gold on there, so they take it off. No, I think it is beautiful. So that's it. That's been my 10 fragrances that I've gotten this year that I definitely would recommend. If you stay tuned to the end of the video, I salute you guys. I appreciate you. And you know who this is, Davinci the Poet, aka James Darnell. If you like this type of content, be sure to tell a friend's mother, father, sister, brother, cousin that I do poetry and I do sim reviews. And as I always say, salute, peace, and God bless.